welcome back to Some Cosmic Express. I'm Dear Darling, and all aboard. We're about to depart. I couldn't remember what I normally say. So we are on, if you want to know, we are on the third installment on Nova 7. So we're trying to solve it for the third time. Hopefully, well, I'm not going to say necessarily hopefully for the final time, but I cannot imagine how insane any future solutions would get. I cannot imagine, like, where they'd even put, like, number 5 and number 6 monolith to still give a solution, but still. Anyway, not the point. What is the point? The point is, we're trying to solve this. We're trying to not go through the center. And before I had at the end of last episode it's so difficult to not use this as a final thing, because to not use this as the final movement, we'd have to basically have any movement which picks you two up go through, like, at least one of these thingamabibs, what have we got? Crossroads, which is not the easiest thing to do, in my opinion. It's sort of like a pretty difficult. but that does sort of insinuate that the final delivery is probably going to be these two. But anyway, it was the thing I was saying about in the previous episode is I feel like this third level, the third solution to this level, must feel a little bit different some way to the first and second, because the first and second felt really similar from what I recall. I don't remember a big difference. Obviously the big difference being that these two are here, and I think we collected them in a different way in the second one or something. But it didn't feel like fundamentally different, I think. But it also has been like maybe like a month or two since I first solved it, so I don't remember anymore. So I feel like there must be something more interesting going on with these solutions in the third one. And the hunch I have is probably we had to use this portal more, because in the second one we basically didn't use the portal. We used it like once, I think, to exit, and the first solution I don't remember. Maybe we used it once or twice. It feels weird, because the portal, like, look at the level design. It's inherent, it's made of this little, like, nook and cranny thing here. So it must be that we have to use, or it's intended to use these at some point during the solution. And if we have not used both sides of these, I think, yet, during the solution, because I don't think we have on first and second, I might be wrong about that, don't quote me, then that is crazy, for one. But also because, like, I don't know what I was going with this, but it's weird, because why would they put these, like, little notches in above and below the portal if we want them to use them, right? And also, I wonder, they could have put the monoliths in front of these sort of things. The fact they didn't, I wonder if that's meant to be a sort of clue that this is the solution where we need to use this portal 3 times. I think it's possible. I don't know how okay, the first step, if we wanted to do, let's work under a hypothetical. We want to use this portal 3 times because they gave it to us. Why wouldn't they? I mean, this might not be this. This could be something like, well, it wouldn't be like that. It's a bit useless. Actually, now I think about it, the same thing which I said over here sort of applies over here as well. If we're picking these two up from the portal, it's pretty difficult to go through multiple what are these called? Multiple crossroads, and still have it be useful at the same time. So maybe we just give up on that, and we just sort of fundamentally be like, okay, these crossroads are just going to not be used as crossroads. Because it's quite difficult to go through 2 crossroads and then go back into a portal. I guess we don't have to go through a portal now I think about it, but there's not many other opportunities to go back through a portal. I guess we could do something like this. Final move would have to be... No, we can have a move like this. That would have to be the final move. Okay, hold on. No, wait, we're not holding a purple. Actually, we can't pick you up, so this is not even possible. Okay, so if we want to use all sides of a portal, which I feel like it must be. I don't know if I'm metagaming this too much or reading too much into it, but why else put a gap here, and why not put the monoliths in front of a portal to, that feels like it would be more hampering somehow. I mean, to be fair, that the last point I just said is pretty shaky, but I mean, at least we've delivered 2 of them, right? I don't really know where to go from here. But I think another interesting consequence, I suppose, of trying to deliver like this is the fact we've picked up a green one already. Now that's interesting, because we haven't done that on the other two yet. So that sort of incentivizes trying to pick up you two. I don't know if we should go through the... I guess we probably should. Something like... Oh, no, we can't. Okay, at least not that one. It does incentivize doing something like this. What are we holding? We're holding a purple and green. Purple? I don't really know what I want the solution to look like. Holding a purple and green, so we need to deliver purple here. And the green has to go here. So we'd have to deliver the things individually. Do I think that's plausible? Maybe. Like, what if we delivered you? Okay, nice. The thing is, now we have to go back up to grab you and deliver you over here. And then go back up one more time to deliver you. I'd say that seems unlikely. Mainly because we don't have enough space. That's a thing with this thing. We don't have a lot of space to work with. I suppose if we did this, we could deliver you, get back up here, deliver you. We're stuck again. We didn't get the purple. But imagine if we were holding the purple, we could do that. And then this would be a valid solution. Or maybe it is valid and I'm just wrong about something. No, we need to... If we want this to be the idea of a solution. Because it's a thing. I'm not convinced this is the solution, but I'm also not convinced it's not the solution. I don't think it's ruled out enough things to be like, yeah, this isn't the solution, but we don't have enough crossing points to go back and forth. But something in my mind is screaming to me, dear darling, this third solution has got to be more interesting than the first two, you know? Like, not more interesting. It has to... One of these surely has to have the idea of picking up the green ones first rather than delivering the middle two. Surely. And it's got to be the final solution. That's why it would be so difficult to see, because it's so much something you don't want to do. I'm still pretty convinced that's probably the last delivery. I mean... A hopeless romantic all my life. Doing things like this could. Well, what if we... No, okay. I was going to be like, what if we just delivered the green now? And I was like, I don't know how we're going to do that. Or do I? I don't want to deliver the purple back. I want to deliver... No, we can't get out. What if this didn't go in there? Now we're getting on so many levels of hypothetical, I don't even know. What I will say is, I do like the start. It does feel a bit clean. We have basically not used, or like, we've made impossible to use, in fact, for the delivery methods, but still. It's provocative, maybe? The pattern finding part of my brain wants me it to look like somewhat symmetrical. I don't think it can look truly symmetrical, but it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Because I'm seeing like horizontal line here, potential horizontal line here, or something for final delivery. I'm just not seeing enough crossing points. Because the thing is, this isn't that bad. Well, missing one is not that bad, given how big these constraints are. Since we just need to deliver you, maybe we can do this. And come back. Oh, This feels close. Oh, this is really close, actually. Surprisingly so. Hopeless romantic all my life. I gave a second chance to Cupid. Sorry, that song has been in my head for like the past week. Very addictive. Cupid by 50/50. There's an English version called the Twin version if you want to listen to that. If you don't want to listen to the Korean one. And I actually do prefer the English one because I like the English rap a bit more than the Korean rap. Because I feel like it fits more in with the genre of the song. But, you know, it's not really my place to decide that. I'm starting... I think this is a dangerous thought, but I'm starting to think there's hope in the solution. Always pattern, because it's really nice having like these two sort of like bumper guards at the side here being like, hey, don't worry about it. These 2 deliveries, these 4 deliveries, they're taken care of. Okay, actually it's only just these 2 are taken care of, these 2 are not. But these 2 deliveries and 2 of the pickups, taken care of. It's like, I guess I'm simplifying a problem. What if we do deliver to you 2? But we don't take... No, hold on. I literally just tried it and it was deemed impossible. Oh, why, oh, why? This can't be right because we can't pick up our orange, I've just realised. But we can do it like this. But again, we just don't have enough spaces to go back down. So what if we... did this? You might be like, what does this entail? I don't really know. This was even close. This is actually insanely close. Wow, this is an insanely close solution. It's 1 crossover away. Hold on. This is shockingly close as a solution. As a non-solution. It is literally 1 crossover point away from working. Look how close they are. That is crazy. I don't even think this one does anything particularly special. It just sort of goes back and forth really weirdly. No, we need to keep that avenue open because we need to go back up again. So, okay, assuming this is up here. Assuming that is our second penultimate move. And we'd want our final move to be something like this. No, the thing we need to concentrate on is we need to figure out how to get another crossing point. Either remove a crossing point or add an actual 4-way crossing into our solution. The thing is with this solution is this one will always never be a 4-way crossing. Oh why, oh why, oh why, oh why. I can't get over how shockingly close that was as a solution. The thing about doing this is we can't actually get back up again. You ain't ever gonna keep me down. What if we just went down early? Oh my god. No way. That was the key. We had to get down there earlier. I was thinking, like... I guess I'll talk about it after it sort of runs its course. But I was basically thinking, after we picked up these purple and green ones, I was like... Monolith, woo! Oh? Actually got a nice little cutscene. I was thinking about last level, after we picked up that, the second delivery for purple and green, and we made a little, like, way to go out past Monolith, I was like, we actually gained a 4-way crossing point by taking it from going to the right side of Monolith down through the middle of a Monolith. So I was like, that's what spurned out. I was like, what if I did it again and went through the left side of a Monolith would that add in another crossing point? And the thing is, it does, because by going, the thing that made that work at the end is that going up the left side after delivering the final orange does not require a crossing point. We just need to go and hug a wall. So we by going to the left of a monolith, we could take the crossroad at the bottom, which was not used properly, deliver, go up and get the orange, come back down using the top one as a crossover point, right? Like I was saying, like after doing this one, I did this first, right, to deliver here, and I was like, there's just not enough crossover points. But when I did this, I was like, hey, we gained a crossover point. So that's just like spawning this, and it's the key part is this doesn't need any sort of crossover. This just needs to go up, and that's it. It's not coming back down. And I guess it was also nice to think about logically backwards that I would need this and this to be crossover points if I ever wanted to escape through this route. I think that's like one of the few times that I felt like I solved this through a meta way rather than actually solving a puzzle way. Because I felt like I just did a load of like deductions from it, being like, hey, you know, like all the previous solutions had us delivering these two, then delivering it, and then I was like, no way they put in a third solution and somehow still preserve that. It has to be different. And it was different. It was weird. It was mildly weirder. I wonder if you can actually solve it if they did put monoliths here, like extra monoliths, like 6 monoliths, or maybe even just 4 monoliths. I want to know if my like crazy meta theory was right. That if they didn't want us to use all 3 of the portal things, they would have put the monoliths here to be like, hey, that was a crutch you were relying on previously. Because in the first and second solution, I don't think we use those as portal points. And the point of the monolith that they put in is that they're trying to deliberately put it in what they probably expect to be the most common solution to the level. And it's so weird to give us portal 3 entrance points if we weren't meant to use them at some point, right? And the fact we hadn't used it on the first and second solution, and they didn't put a monolith in front of it, just sort of screamed to me, hey, this one's got to use all 3 points of monolith. But there you go, we actually finished the Cosmic Express. That's crazy. I wasn't entirely sure if I would actually finish this. Like, I'm going to be honest, when I first started, I was like, this puzzle game seems like really quite hard. And it's weird because its difficulty feels quite different from the difficulty in Baba's U. Baba's U, I was like, I love this difficulty. While Cosmic Express, a lot of the times, especially in the beginning, just left me just sitting being like, I don't even know what I could do. But, you know, powering on through, I think this game was still worth it. It's still a lovely little puzzle game. Not my favourite puzzle game of all time, but I still think it's got a lot of things worth of merit. I really like the idea of combining these gimmicks. But anyway, if you want my full my full thoughts on Cosmic Express, look for an Animal Crossing episode which will come out. It'll probably be about like a week ago or something, like last Thursday, from whenever this came out. Or just Google Cosmic Express Animal Crossing on my channel. You'll probably, I'll make an Animal Crossing video where I'll talk for about 20 minutes about Cosmic Express and my thoughts on it. But I enjoyed it, you know. And, you know, as I said, next time, in the puzzle slot of the Let's Plays I'm doing, the next game is not going to be as puzzle focused. It's not going to be as like stimulate, as challenge your brain worthy, but it is going to be have puzzle-esque elements, I think, to it. At least I think that's the next. Yeah, that is the next game. I think. I don't know how, it might actually be quite puzzle like involved, but I think it's a bit more like atmospherically story driven puzzly, and then we'll go back to another puzzle game, and then we'll go back to like a more story puzzly thing. I don't know. We'll have to see. But for now, and for the final time, you know, thank you passengers, you have reached your destination. This has been the Cosmic Express, and I've been your captain, dear darling. And remember that likes, comments, subscriptions are all greatly appreciated. It really helps out our service. And if you want to follow us on the socials, the Twitter and Discord down below. And I hope we can see each other again for our next journey, whatever that may be. But for now, and our final time, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now. Man, my outro is like really long, isn't it? Anyway, farewell. We're leaving the station. This is a final destination. Not the movie. Okay, I'll stop now. Bye-bye for now.